Hey everyone, my name is Justin and this video is going to speak on the importance of a self-image. First of all, a self-image is the way that you view yourself, simply put. 1 second and I'll pull up this nice chart. Okay, so now that you see this chart, I'm going to break it down, and these are more or less the 5 pillars of your self-image. But besides this image, there are a bunch of other factors. We'll start with the top: self-actualization, morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem-solving, lack of prejudice, acceptance of the facts. So with realizing that self-actualization, these are some of the larger portions of that section. And to have a lack of prejudice is very important. We are working on ourselves if we're striving for greatness, as most humans are created to. So where is the space to judge and have prejudice towards others? Truly, there isn't space for that. Acceptance of the facts. A lot of people don't know how to have that open mind and view 2 sides of the story without a bias. I think someone could be biased and say that something is a fact, but you must listen to the other side of the story. If you're not considering both opinions, how could you know what data is actually factual? So be open-minded, please. Problem solving. This one hits me personally because I grew up as someone who wasn't really good at solving problems, but now in my life, that is my response to an error or an issue. I think a lot of it comes from the foundation of becoming a trader. We're meant to lose, and we understand that. So being a problem solver is kind of in my nature now. When something with my car goes wrong, immediately I want to figure out that problem. Along with the luxury of how much information we have, it's beautiful. And being spontaneous is using your creative brain, being intellectual, and get a little uncomfortable with things. That right above that, creativity and morality, the humble approach to things. It's very easy to get a hot head, but try to take a step back and understand there's always someone better than you. There's always someone to learn from. Next, we have esteem. Self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, respect by others. So this is similar to not judging others. You gain the respect by being consistent. Everyone looks at others with a different view. We all have our own stories, but to carry yourself in a way that you gain respect and you do respect others, that's important to building a positive self-image. Confidence, achievement, hand in hand. You gain confidence not by talking. It is gained by putting in work and effort in the shadows when people aren't watching. You are what you do when people aren't watching you. So practice and do things in a way that you create that confidence for yourself. And same with self-esteem. Don't even need to explain that. That is hand in hand with confidence. Next, we have love, belonging. So having a friendship, family, and sexual relationships, all of these things are just key to our emotional complex. My family isn't perfect, and something I work on is being kind and trying to build connections. Because this world is full of loneliness. It's a challenging world, so it's so important to let your family know that you're there for them. You're there to support them and just be a shoulder to cry on, even though it might not be the easiest thing. Next, we have safety. This is interesting. Security of body, of employment, resources, morality, family, health, and property. So there's a lot of fear in our current world, and it is tough, very tough to have that feeling of safety. You almost don't want that feeling all the time. So kind of test the limits of safety. You never want to put yourself in danger, but you also don't want to be safe 24/7. Get out in nature, maybe a bear appears, but odds are that the bear isn't going to attack you. It's important to take risk, calculated risk. Next, the psychological. Breathing, food, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis. These things are very complex. We've been created by a complex intellectual being, and it's important to stick to the basic, simple foods. Avoid the processed foods and avoid the cigarettes, avoid the vapes, all that unnatural things. The way of humans is to be natural, live off the environment. Technology is great, but there's a lot of cons to all these things, like vapes, cigarettes, all these crazy, unnecessary things. So I broke that down pretty well. Now, 1 second, let me pull up the larger camera, and I'll talk on just a few important pieces. Okay, so we got that. We need to take use of positive moments of our past. And what I mean is, depending on how your childhood was, you'll have subconscious things that were implanted into your head. So understand, even if you don't have too many positives, take a second, sit down, and grab from those positive moments and appreciate, be grateful for every experience that you were literally able to go through. Handle business, follow diet, fuel properly, and exercise. So by business, that is all of those things. Your diet is your business, your fuel, which is healthy foods, not processed sugars, that is your business, and exercise is your business. Take care of your body. We have one body, and that is one of the biggest pieces of our self-image. If we're in good health, good shape, our self-image is more likely than not going to be above someone who is of lesser health and lesser shape. Heal with essential sleep. Feeding the brain. What you feed your brain, the way you educate yourself through podcasts and books and constant your mindset, that is how your thoughts are going to begin to form. A belief comes from a thought. Whether we acknowledge it or not, we control how we think and the thoughts that are generated. So all this stuff is very deep and very important to internalize and be conscious of. In a quiet spot, ask yourself, what makes you churn? What is that burn deep inside of you? For me, I am working on my skills right now because I feel I have value to help others. And nothing makes me feel better than helping others. Truly, maybe it's, there's so much that goes into it. Seeing someone happier, knowing that you were part of that, just amazing feelings. As a trader, it's super tough, especially because we lose constantly. Understand that we have to let our winners run and keep our losers smaller than our winners. Because being a trader, it's one of those jobs and careers where most jobs you're just safe and you go and maybe you have an argument once a month, once a week, but for the most part, there's no losing. You have a stable hourly structure and a stable income. And you spend your money, but you don't lose money. Trading, you lose money, so it's tough. Sometimes we must be 100% honest, even if it hurts someone's feelings. I'll use this example. If the obese person wants to lose weight, you can't give them the cake. You have to tell them, have the apple, have the healthy 100% grass-fed beef. but you can't have that fucking sugar-filled cake. And I pray for everyone, and I wish for everyone who watches this, everyone on this planet, to be a better person, have a stronger self-image, and take care of themselves so you can truly embrace the world and be happy. So all I ask is, if you learned anything from this video, please show me some support. I love to collaborate with others. So drop in the comments any future video suggestions or anything you've liked specifically, anything that you want to hear me speak about in the future, or ideas. I appreciate it all, and anything, whether it's even constructive criticism, I'm here for it. So thank you so much. Love you all, and tune back in. I'll be dropping another video soon. Enjoy your day. Spread kindness, spread joy, and build that connection. Build relationships with your loved ones.